Okay, people, here we go. My video, take this and use this video everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Anything, copy it, do everything. You know what I mean? Before stuff like this starts getting taken down. You know what I mean? Because, let's see what this guy says. Alright, let's start here.
His reputation for ruthlessness is legendary. His military skill unquestioned. And he's now regularly being spotted on key battlegrounds in Syria. This picture from Iran's semi-official news agency showing Iranian General Qasem Soleimani seemingly posing with troops in Syria. The latest evidence of Iran's growing involvement with Russia there. Other photos posted on social media have captions which claim Soleimani was in western Syria in recent days, speaking not only to Syrian troops, but to fighters from Hezbollah, considered a terror group by the U.S. CNN cannot independently verify the authenticity of these photos or when they were taken.
Well, it's funny, he was taking pictures with Hezbollah, a terrorist group. Hey, look, John McCain. There's the ISIS leader right there. Go figure. Our politicians are being photographed with terrorists also. Well, because, face it, people, United States created ISIS. You got it? The beheadings were fake. They're using it to go to war with Syria. I'm going to prove it to you in a second.
But if Soleimani is in western Syria, experts say it foreshadows danger.
It would be another piece of evidence that the Iranians are planning to be heavily involved in what appears to be a planned major offensive in the area.
The Iranians would be in a planned major offensive in the area. A planned one. It's a plan. You got that? A plan. You listen to what this guy says. One more time.
Experts say it foreshadows danger.
It would be another piece of evidence that the Iranians are planning to be heavily involved in what appears to be a planned major offensive in the area.
Planned major offensive in the area. Look at this fool's face. Want to see another video? Watch this video. Made it a couple years ago. Watch this.
I frankly think that crisis initiation is really tough. And it's very hard for me to see how the United States president can get us to war with Iran. Which leads me to conclude that if, in fact, compromise is not company, that the traditional way of America gets to war is what would be best for U.S. interests. Some people might think that Mr. Roosevelt wanted to get us into World War II, as David mentioned. You may recall we had to wait for Pearl Harbor. Some people might think Mr. Wilson wanted to get us into World War I. You may recall he had to wait for the Lusitania episode. Some people might think that Mr. Johnson wanted to send troops to Vietnam. You may recall he had to wait for the Gulf of Tonkin episode. We didn't go to war with Spain until the until the Maine exploded. And may I point out that Mr. Lincoln did not feel he could call out the Federal Army until Fort Sumter was attacked, which is why he ordered the commander at Fort Sumter to do exactly that thing which the South Carolinians had said would cause an attack. So if, in fact, the Iranians aren't going to compromise, it would be best if somebody else started the war.
Us. Start the war.
One can combine other means of pressure with sanctions. I mentioned that explosion on August 17th. We could step up the pressure. I mean, look, people, Iranian submarines periodically go down. Someday one of them might not come up.
This man just advocated murdering people without cause for United States interests. He said to sink an Iranian submarine, murder the people on board, to intentionally get us to a war for our involvement and our investments. What? Mass murder? For our investments? Investments? Not an enemy. Our investitures around the globe. For profit. For money. For Israel.
We know why. We can do a variety of things if we wish to increase the pressure. I'm not advocating that. But I'm just suggesting that this is not a either-or proposition. Of, it's just sanctions has to succeed or other things. We are in the game. of using covert means against the Iranians.
Covert means against the Iranians. Covert, secret, in the middle of the night. Or you create ISIS and you use them to attack Syria. Syria and Iran are military joined together. If either country is attacked, they are jointly unilateral. They're going to attack that enemy together, okay, and fight them. You're going to see that ISIS was created. You just seen John McCain with the ISIS leader. Okay, what's the rest of this?
We could get nastier.
We could get nastier, yes. And here's proof. Would also implicates Hillary Clinton in wanting to commit genocide, mass murder, and everything else as well.
Will not agree with that. My personal position on that is this: we ought to try every.
Sorry about that. Just wondering where the music's coming from.
We can to see if we can get them to correct their.
Let me start over.
Containment will not work. I agree with that. My personal position on that is this: we ought to try every possible avenue we can to see if we can get them to correct their desire and goal of acquiring a nuclear weapon, but we cannot let them acquire that weapon. We are the only country in the world that can stop that. The Israelis, in my opinion, do not have the capability of stopping it. They can delay it. But at the end of the day, if we don't get it done the way the administration is working on it now, which I totally agree with, then we'll.
The administration, the way they're working on it now, was just what that man told you. Sanctioning them is an act of war. They're trying to force Iran to attack us, so that we, the American people, go to war for Israel. You hear him explicitly saying Israel. This has nothing to do with America and the American people. It has to do with Israel alone. Our money, our people's death, our military equipment, everything else is going to go to Israel. Listen to what him and Hillary Clinton say. You people better wake up, man. Because that plane crash that just happened from Russia was fake. Take them out. It's funny. Funny. Take them out, kill American people.
We're working hard. We're working hard.
I said at the end of the day may be next year. It will be. It will be next year.
It will be next year.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
Look. I think the president has been very, very clear on this. He has always said all options are on the table, and he means it.
They're having troubles now. The sanctions are not complete yet. We want to squeeze them down more, but they're having an effect.
And then, frankly, there are those who are saying the best thing that can happen to us is be attacked by somebody. Just bring it on, because that would unify us. It would legitimize the regime.
The mass murder you want to
An argument is made constantly.
We just seen the diplomat for Israel talking on behalf of the President of the United States and the American people to make Iran attack the United States so that we can annihilate them. Make them attack us so we can annihilate them. What kind of a bully? When you talk about bullying, this is the biggest bully in the world. She's just saying here, just do us the favor and attack us so we can just annihilate you. That's the whole intention. They're planning this war no matter what. And ISIS is created by the United States to provoke the war with Syria, to pull Iran into it. And like she says, to legitimize us for wiping them both out.
On the hard line side of the Iranian government, that, we're not going to give anything up, and in fact, we're going to provoke an attack, because then...
What did that man say from Israel? Provoke an attack. Sink a submarine when nobody's looking and make Iran attack. This woman just said she's going to provoke Iran to attack us so we can annihilate them. For Israel. Not the United States. Not for our interests. Our interest from the United States government is the banking system that is controlled World Bank by Israel. the financial system. That's what it is, about the almighty dollar. We're going to go and murder people in 2 different countries because Israel is scared to be attacked by them. The United States is a paid thug by the Israeli government. You people better wake up. You ain't fighting for freedom. You're ranked number 23 in the world for freedom. I'm here in Mexico. I could blast my stereo at 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's going to say nothing. Because there's no laws against that. I could go to the beach and start a fire on the beach and hang out all night long. And drink on the beach. It's legal. That's freedom. Doing what you want. Go get on the beach in the United States after dark. Oh, wait. It's illegal to be on the beach after dark. Did you know that? Most of you, because you don't live on the ocean. Start a fire on the beach? Oh, you're going to get your ass kicked by the police and go to jail. If not shot, taser, you know what I mean, kill your dog in front of you. You're not free. You're a controlled society you don't even understand. You're under guys of freedom because they tell you you're free. You're more free here in Mexico than you are in the United States. In fact, you're ranked number 23. There's 24 countries with more freedom than you around this world. And there ain't that many countries in this world. Think about it.
We will be in power for as long as anyone can imagine.
That's the reason I say, if anybody's going to do it, we ought to do it because we have the capability.
And hopefully we won't get to that. I mean, that would be.
She laughs and says, let's go to war, let's do this. So the one who's responsible for master seed, here's the ISIS leader right here. ISIS terrorist leader with John McCain. What? You serious? Yeah, I support terrorists, of course you do. Fake Syrian army, ISIS. You people had better wake up. Now here, look at this. The plane crash memorial, tribute to innocent souls. Now I got all the videos on this. Now I'm like, why is this plane crash seem like some of this pile of trash everywhere? They said that they recovered all the bodies, but then they had to spin it back and say they didn't. They come out with a plane which is on fire, and ISIS said, oh, we did it. When they have SAMs, surface air missiles, which is very highly advanced military weaponry to take out a plane because you have to have guided missiles with radar and a satellite. So, yeah, nobody really believed that bullshit. So they had to come out with more stuff. So why is it here in India, where these people here are all speaking their language, which is not English, why do they write this in English here as a tribute to the Russian people who don't speak English? And I got people, the tinfoil hat wearing people, they call them shills and stuff. You know what I mean? That they'll get on there and they'll start making comments, you know what I mean, against what they're saying, and it just sounds ridiculous. I got people sitting there saying to me that, oh, English is international language, so that's why they did that. Well, that's funny, is people in China that read this and understand it? No. They speak Cantonese, Mandarin. Are they going to understand in France? Nope. They speak French. Are they going to understand it in Russia? What it's made for? No. This is made for the American people. You just see them intentionally saying that they're trying to provoke the American people to go to war with these guys and legitimize it. They're using a fake plane crash. You see right here in the right there. Look at the dead child. Look at the question mark. Why is there a big question mark there? And a dead child on top of the question mark. It's to play on your heartstrings. Oh, the children. Oh, the children. Does that sound familiar? Like Gene Rosenberg, and he's saying, come shoot me. Oh, the children. And then he's reading off his cell phone. It's fake. Watch the Gene Rosen audition. You'll see where he's auditioning for the role. He's actually being auditioned on TV, on camera. And you'll see him reading off his cell phone. Oh, the children. Oh, the children. And he starts this morning, oh, I can't believe it, oh. He's reading the signals off his cell phone. It was caught on tape and then released. It's fake. It's to play on your heartstrings to achieve a goal. They want the guns taken. The United Nations are demanding all guns be taken. Now, in case you don't know it, I'll throw some more links down here. Now, all these links to these videos are down here as well, but you're also going to see where, you know, they're the agenda of 2013. All guns got to be gone. Everybody has to be microchipped. It's all in the agenda 21 for the New World Order. And yes, the New World Order is coming out in full force. So, people better be ready.